In this video, we will talk about T2 Biosystems. Before the video begins, if you like my content, please consider to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more. Over the past few days, T2 Biosystems has been trading at lower levels, currently around 20 cents, which is 36% below where things were just 5 days ago. Over the past month or so, the stock peaked around 45 cents, which means that the current price level is 56% below the peak on September 18th. Those developments are certainly worrisome, especially given how fragile the current momentum can be. With that being said, the main reason behind the current tumble may not be specific to the company itself, but to the surrounding environment for equities around the world. The markets are down across the board, with fears of a recession going to much higher levels, while the interest rates continue to be at very high levels and causing the demand to be weak for risk-taking securities. However, if we look at how the price actions played out over the past 6 months, things may be more nuanced than from the short-term perspective. The lowest point of the stock has been around 8 cents in June of this year, and right now we are still above the psychological level of 20 cents. I think that it's going to be crucial to see whether T2 Biosystems can hold its ground around 20 cents over the next few days and weeks, and from there we can determine whether we would engage more capital into this stock. There have been 51 million shares traded, compared to the 30-day average volume of 84 million shares. In terms of the medium-term volatility, its share price fluctuated between 5 cents and $5.72 on a year-to-year basis. The traded share volume provides us useful information into market activity. It reveals the quantity of shares exchanged at a specific moment, thereby indicating the adequacy of liquidity to facilitate trading strategies. A low volume float can make the stock price susceptible to manipulation and also suggests that the demand can be low. Comparing prevailing volume to the historical average can also show us potential for trend reversal or breakthrough when a substantial difference exists. For instance, a stock breaking through would very often have much higher current volume compared to its historical average. The market cap of T2 Biosystems is currently at $73 million, compared to an enterprise value of $116 million in its enterprise value. The quick comparison between the market cap and the enterprise value often gives us an idea of whether the stock is trading at a premium or a discount compared to its intrinsic value. It is far from being a perfect measure, but it does offer us an idea of what the current momentum might be. A market cap that is higher than the enterprise value suggests that the stock is trading at a premium, probably because the market believes that the company can deliver on its promises in the future. On the other hand, if the enterprise value is higher than the market cap, then it is a sign that the company may have significant fundamental weaknesses or even solvency issues. When we look at the options market, the ratio between put and call options is 7%. 676 contracts have been traded within the most recent day, and over the past 30 days there have been 3.6 thousand contracts traded. The options contracts can help traders to both hedge their risks and provide an additional revenue stream by selling them to others. The put options allows shares to be sold at a strike price, and the call options allow purchases at the strike price. They can be traded until the expiration date, and can tell us what the market sentiment is towards a company, although they might sometimes be wrong. When we look at the ownership structure of the company, none of its outstanding shares are owned by the institutional shareholders. Typically, we would prefer to see institutional involvement if we decided to hold a stock for the long haul. This adds a level of stability and reassurance in the medium to long term. It indicates that the market believes the stock will provide value over an extended period, a crucial aspect for investors to weigh. In my view, a reasonable benchmark for institutional ownership would be in the range of 25% to 30%. However, it's worth noting that there are exceptions to this guideline, as some outstanding companies are predominantly owned by individual retail traders. Additionally, not all stocks are purposed for long-term investing either, making some equities worthwhile to be bought even if they have weak fundamentals and low institutional participation. Lastly, let's take a look at the short interest of T2 Biosystems. According to Fintel, the short positions take around 8% of the total floats, and 47% of the short transactions are made in the dark pools. Short interest is important in stock markets. It measures how many shares of a company are borrowed and sold by investors who bet the stock price will fall. When enough people do this collectively, the measure becomes a hot topic. Short squeezes happen when the stock price rises unexpectedly. Those who borrowed shares must buy them back at higher prices, causing more buying, raising the price even more. The theory is that this would force short sellers' hands and bring large profits to the long positions. Short squeezes aren't common. They need high short interest, which isn't always present. Market conditions, company news, or social media can trigger them. Some stocks also have protective mechanisms, like circuit breakers. Timing short squeezes is hard. Investors may lose a lot if they put their money on the wrong stock or at the wrong time. Risk and uncertainty are always there. Short interest shows the number of positions people believe that the stock will tank. Short squeezes do occur but aren't usual. They have been the exceptions to the rule, and not the other way around. Predicting them can be tricky, as retail traders are often too optimistic in calling them. Overall, T2 Biosystems is a short-term trading stock with a lot of promises, and we can still hope for a brighter future ahead. With that being said, I think that staying on the sideline for the time being and wait for the dust to settle might be the smarter choice ahead.